Yes, we are live. Fantastic. All right. Welcome, everybody. I greet you all from wherever you are watching me from. This is Abdullah Dewi. Today, I'm here again to bring to you a live session of my trading analysis, where I will be examining most of the major currency pairs, and we are going to be looking at a bit of cryptocurrencies and other commodity derivatives such as gold and and other indexes, also indices such as US 500, Nasdaq, US oil. That's what we are going to be looking at today. So, as you all know, the first thing we are going to do is a quick review of what we have this week in the financial markets in terms of the economic data to be released. These are the major drivers of the market. So that is what really tells us if there is going to be high volatility that week and how we can adjust our trading to that to those news releases. Last week we had so many news that was released for the major currency pairs such as GBP, that's Great Britain pounds. We had the interest rate hike last week, and for euro dollar for dollar also there was very significant news releases, and for Canadian dollar also, Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar also. So last week was very busy in terms of the economic calendar. We had different uh, economic data that was released. But as you all know, I'm a technical trader. I don't really base my analysis on fundamental basis. What I do is I just look at the chart and analyze my trade based on price action patterns. That's all. That's what I do. But regardless, I don't put the news or the fundamental aspect all behind my back. I just make sure I'm well informed about this particular news. I check my calendar every time before my analysis so that I'm able to know when to exit some trades whenever I'm in profit and when should I not bother taking a new trade. So let's go to what we have for today on the economic calendar, or let's say for this week. For this week, okay, this is my chart. Or the website I use for my fundamental outlook is FX Street. That's what I've been using ever since. I go to the FX Street, and there under there I go to economic calendar. So right now the time is in GMT, but I'm in GMT plus one. Let me put my time at GMT plus one. Um, that's the London time. Yep, the British summer time. Fantastic. So the time now is in the time is correlating with my time here perfectly. So for Monday, we have GBP news, but it's not that significant. This is the scale with which you are going to know how the impact is going to be more significant or less significant. For New Zealand now, for Euro, you could see that this is a total red sign. This total red box is telling us that it's going to be very significant news, and there is a high possibility of very large market movement. So you have to be very careful when you are trading anything that has to do with euro around this time, because it's a speech that's going to be delivered. That speech might just be the one thing maybe the buyers or sellers are waiting for the outcome. And whenever the news is being released, they are going to just change their bias instantly. So when you are trading euro by 2 o'clock, maybe you are in a sell trade and you thought, oh, this is the beginning of new trend, you might not know that is just a correction. Maybe it's just because those institutional traders are awaiting this president's speech. So the ECB, that's the I think European Central Bank. Now let's say the European Central Bank president. So he's going to be delivering a speech by 2 o'clock today. So we are expecting some movements on Euro pairs around that time. So I will put that, I will note that, okay, 2 o'clock, anything I have to do with Euro, I have to check my chart or I have to be on my PC to know whatever is happening. So that is that about that. Because news, you can't really predict what will happen. So you just have to be there to know what is the response of traders to that particular news. So for Tuesday, we are going to be having, that's in midnight today, we are going to be having the governor of Australian Central Bank also delivering a speech by 1 and another one by 2:30 minutes of their meeting. So those two are the most volatile news that are going to be released the midnight today. So if you are trading Australia and New Zealand, I remember then when I just started trading, like something like 6 years back, whenever because then I used to trade aggressively. I do hunt for small pips like 40, 50, 60 pips thereabout. So what I do is that whenever I see a price action set up, I will now go and look for news that is going to like push my trade. So I make sure I look for my analysis when I know okay, Australian news, there's a news that's going to be coming and it's going to be very volatile by 1:30 or by 2:30. I won't sleep. I'll wake up at that time. I'm going to open my laptop, check my Australian chart, Australian dollar chart, Australian CHF, anything that has to do with that major currency that the news is going to be very volatile. So I'm going to look for patterns, trends that seems familiar based on what I've known, maybe a reversal trend, maybe a reversal pattern, maybe a continuation pattern, maybe a bearish candles or something like that. So I'm going to analyze this and say, okay, market is about to go up. So my thinking then, the way I trade then was that I will now wait for the release of that news. Immediately I see that market start moving towards that direction of what I'm expecting. I already have an analysis on ground and I'm expecting, okay, this news is going to push this analysis so fast for me so that I can quickly get out of the trade. So it happens that most of the time I used to be correct. But one of the things that made me stop trading that way is that there used to be spike. Spikes are very fast movement that happens. So market is just going to go the opposite way and you think your analysis is not correct, but it still go back the right way. So since then, I don't really bother myself. After I've really like upgraded in my trading analysis and strategies, I don't really trade that way. What I just do is I make sure I have analyzed my trade ahead and I have checked the calendar to know what are the trades that are going to happen. So what I just do is that I make sure I'm online to see if there's going to be an adjustment to my analysis or not. So another thing I do is that I make sure if I'm in a winning trade already, I lock my profit or I partially closed some of my profit. This is what I do. I make sure I lock my profit or partially close my profit. So that's it. And the last thing is that if I'm not in any trade, I don't trade whenever the news is being released. I wait for like 30 or 1 hour to see how participants in the market react to that news. So I don't want to be caught in those fake movements. So I will wait and look at the next candlestick. For instance, on Tuesday now, apart from the Australian news that are going to be out, there's going to be a Canadian news that's going to be out. Guys, as you're coming in, thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining. Kindly just drop a message in the chat box. Let me know where you're watching us from, your name, and where you are joining us from. We want this session to be as interactive as possible, okay? And for those that's going to be watching the replay, thank you for being a part of us. Join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday by 11 a.m. British Summer Time. That is when we are going to be having the live sessions where you can get all your trading questions answered. And I'm going to be analyzing different currency pairs. We are going to be scouting for tradable pairs and profitable entries by God's willing. So back to what I was saying about news. That is just in a nutshell how I do relate with trading news. So for Tuesday again, we are going to be having the card retail sales news going to be released tomorrow by 1:30. Okay. So we can be attentive and see what card has for us. We might check that too today. So that's what we have for Tuesday. Wednesday, we have JPY news and the GBP consumer price index that will be released early in Monday 7. So that's from Monday to Wednesday. On Tuesday, we are going to check it again, the calendar again, and know how to do it. So for now, we know for today and tomorrow, the weather is clear. You get it. So we can trade as much as we can for euro, dollar, GBP, Canadian dollar, and other currency pairs. So there's not much anticipated volatility regarding news. So now let's go back to our trading chart and see what we have there. So permit me to quickly check those that are joining me from Trading View if they have been able to get into this live session. Let me see. Okay, yeah, okay. My people are in already from TradingView. Please drop a message if you're with us. Let's know where you're watching us from and drop any. Let's know any currency pairs you want us to analyze. Mhm. I need to edit this message of mine. Tell us which currency pair you want us to analyze also. Okay. So that's that for those on TradingView. Thank you for being a part of this. What about those on YouTube? Let me check my YouTube out if everything is set up fine before I start the analysis. Mhm. Okay, fine. I think everything is set on YouTube also. Okay, correct. So now let's begin the analysis proper. Let's begin the analysis proper. As you all know, I do start my analysis from the crypto section here. That's what I have right here. So Ripple. Do I have any analysis on Ripple? Not really, but I can just quickly branch through it on the lower time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, let me quickly see what is happening here. Yes. What I could see here in the first instance is something like a pull up the correction, a zigzag move. Let me take my drawing tool. Yeah, this is the first zigzag I could spot here. Zigzag number one. Then I spotted another zigzag, zigzag number two. And then what I'm seeing to the opposite side here is something like zigzag also, but it's forming like something like five waves. So as you all know, I use Elliot wave in my analysis, my price action patterns. So for me, this first zigzag is going to be my wave A, and this second one will be my wave B, and this is going to be my wave C. It's going to be five waves move. So it's simple. You are done with the analysis for Ripple. It's as simple as that. So what I just analyzed is that there is a possibility of we seeing market to continue to go as high and go to the minimum of this price level. That's where it's going to end. So this is going to be the first zigzag here is going to be our A, the second zigzag will be our B, and this is going to be in form of five waves. So write this down. That's what Ripple is going to do. Meaning that we are seeing a short-term correction for Ripple before we now see the continuation of the down sell. So that's what we have for Ripple. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So going to the Ethereum, let's check Ethereum and what Ethereum is doing. So I already did the analysis from the daily time frame, but let's quickly check it out also. Gonna be as fast as possible from 4 hour time frame. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah, perfect. So from the 4 hour time frame, what I could notice here, the whole of this is wave one, wave two. Okay, one, two, one, two, three, four, five. Fine. So what we are seeing now is a correction to the upside. It's not as if it's a reversal. It's just a correction of wave four. You can see my arrow here. I've been expecting this up move, and that's exactly what Ethereum is doing. We are seeing the bullish momentum to the upside for Ethereum. So what's the minimum point Ethereum is going to go high? It's going to go to the minimum of the starting of wave four, and that is 1,255. So is there any trading opportunity here? I can't really say. Only if there is a correction in the short term downward, then I can advise you to join the buy to this territory, to this region. But right now, I don't think there is an opportunity to join this buy position because it has started moving from this low up to this high, and that's a long movement indeed. So Ethereum is going to be seeing the upside price around 1,280 before the end of this week, and that's just going to be a short-term correction from my own point of view. So if you agree with me, let me know. From Trading View, hello. What about the ECB's President Lagarde speech today? Yes, I've explained that already. Yeah, I discussed about it. That for the euro, it's going to be affecting euro pairs, so we have to be careful of what we see on euro. So but I'm not there yet. When I get to the euro pairs, I'm going to analyze euro related. Okay, so thanks for that question. So thanks for the question. Let's go back to analysis. That's that for Ethereum. You've seen my outlook for Ethereum. Now, what about Bitcoin? What am I expecting for BTC? A lot of people have been asking me about BTC in the weekend, like, oh, is this correction going to be the final correction? Hope there won't be any pullback down again. But as happy I would have been if if Bitcoin is reversing totally. But regardless, I won't say because I want it to reverse. I'm going to say something that my analysis is not saying. That means I'm giving analysis without reasonable basis, and that is against the ethics of our profession. Even if you have your investment in an asset or in a security you are analyzing, you have to do it holistically without any bias. You get it? And that's why most of the time, go, those that analyze is better for them not to be an active trader that trades a lot, because if you are trying to analyze and give people like an holistic approach to what the market is saying, most of the time you might be biased because of your own what are they calling your own trade that you have in that particular what are they calling in that particular trading instrument. So what I said for Bitcoin was that Bitcoin is currently seeing a short-term correction to the upside, which it can go as high as possible, but I don't think it can break any of these resistance zones before we see the pullback downward. So after that pullback, that is when we are going to be seeing the massive push to the upside. That is if it is not going to extend. But I am very sure that Bitcoin is getting around to the what are they calling it, to the bottom side right now. So let's go to the daily time frame and start our analysis from there. That's what we have been doing from the beginning of last week when we started this last session, this live session, trading view. You're asking, will BTC go high or low? Actually, that's what we are analyzing now. Okay, that's what we are analyzing now. That is what I'm about to analyze. That's what I'm about to analyze. Okay, so be attentive and stay with me. Let's analyze Bitcoin together and see what's happening. What I will have preferred to do is having a blank and a new screen so that you can see this Bitcoin analysis properly and we won't be clouded with my former analysis. Okay, but I can do it this way. Let me do this. Fantastic. That. So I've tried to hide my former drawings. So what I could see from the high here to this low, these are first swing downward, second swing, and this is a third swing. Then what we had here is a whole of correction. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me do it this way. So what we had here, you could see that this swing was like a ranging trend. It's not really a trend, but it's like a flag pattern to the upside. So that was a correction move. Fine. So that correction is fantastic. After a correction, we know we are going to be it's going to be followed by a continuation pattern to the downside. Now, for me, I take the whole of this movement downward as A and this correction as my wave B. So this continuation to downside should be my wave C, and it must be in form of 5 waves also. So that takes me to the 4 hour time frame, and let's start our analysis from the end of that correction. Okay, so let's start our analysis from the end of this correction. This is where the correction ended, right? Yeah. So I'm trying to zoom in so that you guys can see it better. But for me, I don't need to zoom in that much. I've trained my eyes to see the chart well. So I counted the whole of this as my wave one. There is a swing up, low, swing down, and this to the opposite side, and this has our wave five or the beginning of wave one because it's like an ending diagonal or a leading diagonal to the downside. So the next thing we can see that is obvious here is that after this diagonal, there was a correction to the upside and there was a massive pull to this downside. Fine. After this massive pull, we had this correction happened. Okay, this sideways correction happened and it terminated here. So after it has terminated there, then we began another downtrend, which we are going to analyze again. So we go lower into the 3 hour time frame and see what's happening there. Yes. So this is the downtrend now. The question now is that is this downtrend complete impulse? So I take the whole of this first downswing as wave one, the correction to the upside as wave two. Then we have the wave three starting from this beginning to this low. That's the whole of wave three. Then we have a correction to the upside, which is wave four. Then this serves as a wave five. So what we are seeing currently on Bitcoin is that it is high possibility that is around the bottom. Okay, it's around the bottom, and we are. It's highly possible that let me check if there's RSI divergence. No divergence here. So what we are seeing here is that Bitcoin is still going to go high. Okay, it's going to go up. But what I can't really answer is that bullish move is going to be for the time being, or is going to be like the final push up? That's what I can't really answer now. So what Bitcoin has done for me now on the 1 hour time frame right here is a perfect impulse count, which I can call my wave one, wave two, wave three, wave four, and wave five. So what I expect ideally after this bullish impulse is a correction to the downside A, B, C in form of zigzag. Then should be expecting another opportunity to go long. So let me take the whole. Let me measure the whole of this with my Fibonacci, and with my Fibonacci, I try to spot possible resistance and support zones. So let me take my rectangle, put it in the region of 38.2 and 61.8. Those are the possible reversal zones that I'm expecting BTC to start pushing up from there. So that is what I'm expecting for BTC. And this is going to be my invalidation level. Invalidation level. So guys, give me 2 minutes. I'm going to be back. Okay. So if you have any question, another currency pair you want us to check, just drop the question, just drop it there in the chat box. I'm going to check it out. Okay. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. Whoa. All right, we are back. Here we are. I'm back. I'm back. So we have analyzed our Bitcoin, and we've seen our buyers for Bitcoin and what I'm expecting for BTC, which is the bullish buyers. I'm expecting BTC to push up in the nearest future, but I'm expecting a potential reversal for the short term. For the short term, yeah, for the time being. So that's what we're expecting. Let's see if we can play any music. Yeah. No date payment. Oh, okay. You have the background music there. Okay, back to our analysis. Let's look at the USD pairs. For the USD pairs, I'm going to be starting from DXY as usual, or the XY. I think I have analysis already on DXY. Yeah, that's it. So DXY from the 4-hour time frame. The whole of this swing is counted as a wave. Sorry, and this correction is counted as my wave 2. And I'm expecting the swing up to get my wave 3, and the swing down should be my wave 4. And that's exactly what is happening. That you can see the correction ABC to the downside as my wave 4. Then this bullish move is the beginning of the wave 5. So as I have already analyzed and is working perfectly that way, I'm expecting a retracement to this potential reversal zone to be my wave 2, then it pushed to the upside to be my wave 3. That's what I'm expecting for the XY. My invalidation level is around here. So that's it. For USD pairs, I'm expecting them to be bullish, like USD CHF also, but that's after the correction has completed here. That is when I'm going to be triggering, I'm going to be executing my buy position for DXY. And my false target is going to be somewhere here. Let me put it there. That's going to be my first price target. First target. Okay. My first target is going to be here. And my validation level is below the beginning of this bullish swing. So let's see how market is going to obey our analysis and how well it's going to play out. Okay. We're Master Gaming asking, what about TRX? TRX, I don't know TRX. I don't trade TRX. I don't know what TRX is. Okay, so you can ask based on forex currency pairs and either Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. Those are what I have on my watch list here. Okay, guys, that's DXY for you. Let's look at USD CHF, what I'm expecting it to do this week. For USD CHF, I've been on this trade for a long time, and this bullish move to the upside serves like a completion of our impulse wave, though there was what we call a truncation, because the wave 5 here fails to break above the former high here. That's what we call truncation. So what I'm expecting now is that this gigantic move, this very swift bearish move to the downside, should be followed by a correction to the upside. Ideally, market does not go in a straight line. It ought to be followed by a correction, and that would definitely happen. And I don't know how fast it's going to happen, but what I'm just expecting is, okay, there's going to be an opportunity for us to buy USD CHF in the short term outlook. So that's what I'm expecting. What I think right here is that these that I counted as wave 3 might not have ended here, The whole of this is wave one actually, and this is wave two. This might be wave one of three, wave two of three, wave three of three, wave four of three, and this is wave five of three. So that makes me adjust my wave five here, and I said my wave three has completed here. So this correction to the upside will now be my wave four, and this last bearish move to the downside will be my wave five. Thereafter, the correction can now come into play. So if we are going to be trading at any region here, if we are going to be taking the buy position from any region here, where are our potential targets? Potential target is going to be let's take the whole of Fibonacci somewhere around. It's going to be somewhere around 38.250, 61.8 of the Fibonacci level. This region. So those are our target if we are going to be buying USD CHF. That is after there's going to be a bullish confirmation here. So I'm waiting for any bullish confirmation. I already have my RSI divergence right here. So what I'm waiting for is maybe a nice bullish candlestick in form of we call it like an hammer, yeah. If you can see that here, I'm going to be taking the buy position. That is USD for you. Now let me look at euro dollar. What do I have on euro dollar? Euro dollar did exactly as analyzed. I was expecting market to move into this price region, and that's what it did. For euro dollar, I'm expecting it to be bearish on the long term. The reason I said that was that the whole of this move is my wave one, and this is my wave two. I'm expecting this to be my wave three, and this should be a correction. It also should be my wave four, and the pull to this side should be my wave five. Downside here. So that's what I'm expecting. That's the first view. But I have another alternative outlook here. The alternative outlook I have is I'm seeing the whole of these as the beginning of a new wave. Like this might be my wave one, this might be my wave two, this might be my wave three, and this might just be a correction. And the bullish move that we are seeing here might be our wave five, and it can go as high as this. So if that is the case, what am I now going to trade? What's my plan? Now, my plan is this. If I'm expecting, if the first scenario is going to play out as I have already analyzed here, meaning I'm expecting a retracement downward, continuation of the downward move here. I'm seeing the whole of this zigzag as a correction, and it should be followed by a continuation to the downside. If that is going to play out, this is what is going to happen. What should happen ideally is that this whole move to the upside should be a corrective structure. But if I cannot count it and I cannot spot anything that looks like ABC, WXY, or any types of correction, then I'm not going to trade the sell to the downside. So let's check it together. This is 1, 2, okay, correction, 3, 4, 5, corrections. So as you can see, it doesn't look like a correction. It's looking like a beginning of an impulse. And these also look more like a zigzag. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to wait and see how it's going to obey these regions, these support zones. So if price can find its way to this territory, that's going to give me a go ahead to join the sell trade for euro dollar. But right now I'm still going to be observing this pair it has in stock for me. So I'm not going to trade based on what I'm seeing right now. I have to wait and see if there are going to be pictures of what market is about to do. I'm going to be updating you guys on what especially after the euro news that's going to be released, which is summertime. Okay, after then we can now say this is the direction of euro dollar for the week, I think. But for now, we have two scenarios on euro dollar, and either one of them may play out. So we have to be very careful. So that's a euro dollar being analyzed. So what else do I have here? I need to analyze USD card because someone asked me particularly about USD card and what I'm expecting for USD card. So starting from the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, guys, for USD card, this bullish move has terminated around here, and does it signal that USD card is about to reverse to the downside or not? So what I could see there on the lower time frame, give me 1 minute. Yes, on the 30-minute time frame, this swing up is my wave 1 from this low to this high. I count it as my wave 1. This swing low as my wave 2, swing low as a wave 3, this correction to be my wave 4. Then I'm expecting a push to this upside to be my final wave 5. So after there is a pull to this upside, that is when I can now be looking for any bearish confirmation, maybe RSI divergence or shooting star or any other price action confirmation around this region before I can now pick the sell trade for USD card. But for right now, I'm going to be waiting for a bullish move to this upside. That's that for USD card. What about gold? For gold, actually, I've picked the sell trade right from here since yesterday when the market resumed for gold, because I'm expecting gold to fall to as low as 1800, God willing. The reason I did that was that if you have been following my analysis, you would have known that I've been on this gold analysis right from here, and I've been following the trend. So there has been an ABC correction that has completed here. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swing stands as my wave A, first leg of correction, and this serves as my wave B, and this push-up serves as my wave C. And after we see any correction like this, there's going to be a continuation to the downside, and that's exactly what happened here. A massive push to this downside, followed by a correction to this upside. This zigzag move, all these ranging are all correction, and ideally corrections must be followed by a continuation to the opposite side. So I can say the whole of these, let me from this low up to this high, I count this as a corrective move, and then I'm expecting the downfall just like a waterfall for gold. So don't be amazed when you see gold start going downward. That is my one and only scenario for gold. My validation level is somewhere here. That is at this price at around 1857. That's my invalidation level for this setup. For the gold setup, that's my invalidation level. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting for gold. Let's see how it plays out during the week. So it's for those that are asking, okay, can you still join this? Oh yes, you can, but you have to do your proper risk calculation. You see, the risk is a bit big, but at the same time, the reward also is glamorous. So you have to check your risk reward and see you going with the lowest volume possible. That's going to be suitable for your own risk management strategy. So that's that about that. So that's my analysis for gold, which I've shared with you guys. Let me go to TradingView. I'll see if you have any question. Guys, on TradingView, we have those viewing us live here, and we have those that still be coming back. Make sure you join us by this time so that we can have your question answered 11 o'clock on Mondays, Wednesday, and Thursday. So make sure you join us then so that we can discuss and look at different currency pairs upon your request. So right now, let me see what else I've got for you guys. to analyze. Yes. Let's look at the GBP pairs briefly, starting from GBP USD and see what is possible right there. For GBP pairs, this is a pound pair. We expected this down move and it happened as analyzed. It was a massive trade with a very rewarding profit, highly rewarding profit. Yeah. So then we notice that this is a correction to the upside, that the down move is still going to continue, and that's what we are expecting. So I'm expecting all of this to be a wave one, wave two, wave three. And can you see this flag correction is going to terminate soon, and it's going to give us an opportunity to sell any moment now. So I'm going to be willing to sell to the downside, but that might not be my first target. My first profit target should be anywhere here. Okay, that'll be my first target. Then my second target is going to be this resistance. Then my third target is going to be here. So let me take my time to see. My first target will be here. Will be my second target, and here. This is going to be my third profit target. So it's going to be here. That's what I'm expecting for GBP USD bearish. Okay, but I'm not selling yet. I'm going to wait for a confirmation. I can put my sell stop around here if I'm the one trading in your own position. Okay, What up, guys? I'm back. So, I think I've been able to analyze more than five currency pairs. We've looked at Ripple, Bitcoin, Ethereum. That was under the crypto session, and we'll be able to analyze DXY, USDCHF, Euro dollar, gold, and GBP USD. Let's look at another currency pair under the Great Britain pounds pairs. Let's analyze GBP JPY and see what's happening there. Then we move into the indices section. Before we continue, let me see if we have any question yet. On trading view, TRX, I don't analyze, I don't trade TRX. I don't have any analysis on TRX, okay? So now, on GBJPY, what I'm expecting is a bullish move to the upside in the nearest future, and I'm expecting a minimum of this high of 168, or let's say 169.00 high. As you can see, I labeled the hold of these as an ABC, which is a zigzag correction to the downside. And ideally, after there is a correction to the downside, the next thing we are going to see is a continuation to the upside. So correction most of the time used to come in form of zigzag. So, and after the zigzag has completed, you are going to see a bullish move to the upside, and that's what we are seeing currently on GBP JPY. That's GJ. We have an ABC correction to the downside, and we are expecting the continuation to the upside, and that's what happened. Now, this continuation must be in form of an impulse, which is 5 waves. So the whole of this swing to the upside is wave 1, and this down is wave 2. This should be a wave 3, and the correction here is wave 4. We are expecting wave 5 to go up here. So the bullish move you saw here is not a mistake. That is the proper way the market should go. That's what we are expecting. But for all that we are just new to this trade, that we have not joined this GBP-JPY bullish move before. Currently, GBP-JPY is in the correction phase, and I am hoping the correction is going to come down and pull back to as low as this price region, because that's going to give us a very nice risk reward ratio and a perfect opportunity to join GBP-JPY buy again. So if market is so kind to me and we see this pull back to this region, then it's going to be a perfect entry for us. Why am I expecting this region? So that's another question that someone might want to ask me. The reason is that I took my Fibonacci to measure the whole of this impulse move, and I tried to spot my 56.1.8 region. Though I used to look for my reversal around 38.2 to 61.8. So those are the potential reversal region. Although it's not compulsory, it's not compulsory for the market to get to this region before it starts turning up. It might just start turning up straightward without even getting into this region. But I'm hoping it's going to go down to as low as this region so that we can have a perfect opportunity to join this buy. But for those that are aggressive in their mode of trading, they can enter the buy from this region. But know your stop loss. Note that your stop loss is going to be behind here. That's around 160. If you are picking the trade at 165, your stop loss should be here, and your target should be minimum of 169.00. That's GBJPY for you. So I'm going to be updating you guys on the Telegram channel. In case you haven't joined us on Telegram, let me bring out the Telegram so that you can see. So that is our Telegram channel link going under the under your screen there. You can see it, t.me/Forex Lab channel. You can join us there on the free signal channel where we give the general analysis. And you can message me too directly on Telegram if you want. You'll see my direct link on the bio of that free Telegram channel. So GBJPY, we are expecting a push to the upside, but for GBP USD, on the bigger time frame, we are expecting a push to the downside. So the reason for GPPS, but on the shorter time frame, GPPSD is going to go down, and on the shorter time frame, I am expecting GPTPY to pull down before it continues its move. So that's that for the GBBPS. Now let's look at one or two among indices. Let's look at them. US oil. We're looking at US oil. I have analysis. Yeah, I have analysis on US oil, but we are not looking at US oil. US 500, yeah. But for US 500, what I'm expecting is a move to the upside. So this trade is already ripe for me. I'm expecting it to move to the upside because, as you can see, it's currently in a downward, what are they calling it? Channel. Is in a downward channel that I've drew, and the market is currently rejecting this region, and I'm expecting price to pull up. I counted the whole wave 1 correction, wave 4, wave 5. That's the complete. So top loss might be behind hike, and they give a very rewarding profit whenever they go in your direction, and at the same time they give you a very small risk opportunity. You know where to put your stop loss. So if we are going to be picking this trade, let's use our risk reward ratio and see what is going to be giving us the potential return. So we have a potential of around 2.3 risk reward ratio here. That's nice, not bad. So do not forget, I'm taking it with the buy stop. I'm not taking it with instant market execution. Buy stop around here. Let me even. I need to write down those pairs I have included on US 500, BPUSD, gold. Let's trade concluded on. So let me label my chart. So this is going to be my invalidation level, or let's say the stop loss. I call it the invalidation level, I call it the stop loss, anyone. And this is going to be my entry price, or let me say my confirmation. If price can pull up and get to the region, this price region, then I'm going to be taking my buy position. I'm going to be targeting this anywhere here. So that was that for US 500. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq too, I'm expecting something similar, a correction of wave 4 to the upside before the wave 5, but I'm not going to be trading both together. I'm either going to be taking US 500 or I'm going to be trading Nasdaq, a bullish move in the short term before we now see the bearish move to the downside. That's what I'm expecting for Nasdaq also. Can you see this is the sign of divergence on our side. So don't let me waste my time on that. We still have some couple of pairs here, and we are already one half gone already. Now gone. A question on trading view from Yazid Mohammed or Yazid Mo. Is this what they call SK system? Oh, thank you for your question, Yazid. This is Yazid. This is not. This is not. I don't think so. It is Elliot wave analysis. Yeah, my strategy is based on Elliot wave. It's not an SK system. I use Elliot wave to demystify the charts and see and watch out for correction and continuation opportunities so that we can trade with the trend. So that's Nasdaq. Let me look at New Zealand JPY. Do I have anything? Okay, I have a bullish bias for New Zealand JPY. Yes. New Zealand JPY is going to go high and get to this region, but the risk reward ratio is too much. The risk is just too high, and that's why I do not even bother putting that on the Telegram channel. But CAD JPY also, I'm expecting it to be bullish here. CAD is also a very nice opportunity to go long, but what I'm expecting a correction to the downside first. Let me show you guys properly. So the whole of this is an impulse move, I know. So I'm expecting a correction downward here before I join the buy move. So I'm expecting, let me take my Fibonacci to measure the whole of this bullish move and check out my potential reversal zone levels. My potential reversal zone levels is somewhere around 38.2 to 61.8. That's where I'm going to pick in my buy position for CAD. So where is going to be my stop loss? That's the invalidation level. My invalidation level is here, and my target is going to be somewhere here. So if markets can be so kind to me to reverse to this territory, it's going to be giving me a very high risk reward ratio. Let's check it out. That's a risk reward ratio of 3.47. That's an opportunity to go long for CAD. So that's about that. So another currency pair, I think that's all I have. Okay, I have New Zealand CHF. Yeah, I have a bullish scenario, New Zealand CHF, a high probability of buy position. So what happened here is a correction to the upside that was followed by an impulse downward. So this is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. And if you like, you might count the whole of this as wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, as I did. Then there should be ideally a correction to the upside in terms of wave 4. Then there's going to be a bearish move to the downside, which is wave 5. So do not get this confused. Don't be confused with my analysis. What I'm trying to say is that for the main time, for the short term, I'm looking at the possibility of correction of wave 4 to go as high as this, going as high as this. But at the same time, the correction might have completed here, and we might see a move downward be our last leg, which is wave 5. Or the first scenario should happen, which is market should pull up, and then there's going to be pull down in terms of wave 5. So any of them, for me, I'm thinking it's going to go up. Okay, let me buy it for a short time and see if we can get some few pips right to this region, while my stop loss is here, because I know it can still go down to form wave 5. So when it goes down, it kicks me out in terms of stop loss. I'm not going to be angry with the market for that, because I'm going to still take the wave 5 bullish move when it has finished. So this bullish move I'm taking for now is just to test the market and see if there can be an intraday opportunity to take some few pips on New Zealand CHF. All in all, short term or no short term, New Zealand CHF is still going to go up. But for the meantime, it can just go low and break below this, forming a wave 5, or it goes up, then coming back again to form wave 5 before we now see the reversal to the upside. So guys, that's what I have for you for today. That's New Zealand CHF and other currency pairs I have for you. So if you have any other analysis in mind you want me to check out for you, or you want us to discuss about, you can just drop it in the chat box now. We have around 20 to 15 minutes for that. Okay, so guys, let's say something, let's contribute. Okay, okay. Our live session is going to come up on Wednesday also by the same time, 11 o'clock. Joanne said, can you check the USD CHF I have checked the USD CHF chart already, USD CHF chart already, but let's check it again and see what's happening there. So my analysis on USD CHF is that I'm expecting a short-term correction to this region, and I got this region by using my Fibonacci to measure the whole of this bearish move. And you see that the region I spotted falls on the 38.2, 50, 61.8 Fibonacci significant levels. So that's where I'm expecting a retracement to be. So buyers, if you want to buy this trade, you can do so, but you must find a bullish counter confirmation around this region that I circled. If you can see a bullish confirmation there, then you can execute your buy order and target this region. But you know that move is just for the meantime. There's still going to be continuation to the downside, because the whole of this down move shows us that there's a new beginning of a bearish trend, which is followed by a correction to the upside, and continuation will come after. So does that answer your question, Joanne? If you're okay with that, just let me know on the chat. Are you cleared on USD CHF? Let me know, Joanne, please. Or do you want me to take you through it again? Fantastic. You said you're clear, and that is exactly what you are looking also. That's what you're looking at also. Fantastic. It's good to know we had correlating. Though at the same time, I'm seeing like something like RSI divergence here, but that's not the basis for my analysis. Thank you so much, Joanne. You're welcome. Hopefully, we are going to be seeing you on Wednesday when we're having the live session again. Wednesday, 11 o'clock UK time. And we are going to be having a session also on Thursday, the same time. So guys, I'm about to leave. If you have any question or any idea, just drop it in the chat box. Let me see it. And please help share this link, the YouTube link. Share it on all trading platforms you belong to, so that we can help all other traders out there. Day traders are trying to make money from the market, so they won't keep losing their money because they don't know what they're doing. So guys, in the absence of questions, permit me to exit the live session right now. I wish every one of us a profitable trading week ahead. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of today's live stream. And for all those that are going to be watching the replay, thank you for watching also. See you on Thursday. See you on Wednesday, not Thursday. Wednesday, 11 o'clock UK time. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye for now.